Imagine, for just a moment, living in a world where by the time you reach your 90s, you are able to keep the very same level of strength and mobility that you had when you were significantly younger. Doesn't that sound like it's too wonderful, too optimistic to possibly be true? I speak to you today with vital, life-altering knowledge that has the profound potential to significantly influence the quality of life you experience as you get older. It is deeply disturbing to see the figures and statistics that are released each year. 1 in every 4 persons over the age of 65 suffers a fall, an event which frequently results not just in severe, debilitating injuries, but in the tragic and often permanent loss of the ability to function independently. These aren't just numbers on a page. They represent real people whose lives are irrevocably changed in an instant. But now, what if I were to tell you that there is a scientifically validated technique to dramatically lessen the likelihood of this happening? In the ongoing, often silent struggle against the loss of muscle mass that comes with advancing age, a condition known as sarcopenia, there is a secret weapon that has been hiding in plain sight through the entire process. There is a very real possibility that a single common vitamin could be the ultimate key to maintaining the strength, the stability, and the functional readiness of your legs, regardless of the number of candles that are hanging on your birthday cake. There is a remarkable and undeniable connection between a single vital vitamin and the preservation of crucial leg strength in older persons. According to a landmark study that was conducted not too long ago within the scientific community, this discovery is nothing short of revolutionary. It holds the potential to provide hundreds of millions of elderly people who are currently battling with mobility challenges with a genuine, accessible rescue option. There is no possible way to overemphasize the profound significance of this discovery. Imagine truly being able to keep your precious independence, to continue your daily activities and hobbies without worry, and to completely escape the devastating repercussions of muscle weakening, all owing to a single, simple, and affordable nutrient. This is what you could be able to do. Everyone who is worried about preserving their strength and mobility as they become older should read and absorb this material, because it is absolutely and completely essential. I must strongly encourage you to not put too little stock in the significance of this discovery. If this vital information is ignored, there is a distinct possibility that severe consequences will occur, including a vastly increased chance of falling, subsequent hospitalization, a loss of confidence, and ultimately, a complete loss of personal autonomy. Instead, gaining a comprehensive awareness of this information and putting it into active practice could be the definitive key to ensuring that you continue to have a high quality of life for many, many years to come, even if you are 94 years old. If you do not consume a sufficient amount of this vital vitamin, your muscles will begin to deteriorate at a much faster rate. On the other hand, if you diligently keep your levels within the appropriate healthy range, you will be able to preserve your movement and your freedom for a long, long time. So, to get things started, what precisely is this vitamin that is considered to be so vital, and why is it so critically important to your comprehensive health? When it comes to having strong, reliable legs, vitamin D is the mineral that is absolutely and fundamentally necessary. When individuals think of vitamin D, they are frequently and correctly reminded of the critical role that it plays in ensuring that their bones remain healthy and strong. However, its function is equally important for the strength of the muscles as well as the overall mobility of the body. It has been demonstrated through a vast body of research that a deficiency in vitamin D can result in glaring inadequacies in muscle strength, significant difficulties with balance, and a markedly increased risk of falling. This is a condition that poses a particular and severe risk to individuals who are in their later years. A definitive study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society demonstrated that senior persons who took vitamin D supplements had a rate of falls that was an incredible 23% lower than those who did not take these supplements. Researchers have found a direct and undeniable correlation between low levels of vitamin D and weaker leg muscles, as well as slower, more hesitant walking rates in people who are older. If the body does not receive an adequate quantity of vitamin D, it will have immense difficulties absorbing calcium, which will ultimately lead to a progressive weakening of both the bones and the muscles. This unfortunate process can hasten the progression of sarcopenia, the clinical term for the age-related loss of muscle mass that affects nearly half of all people over the age of 80. Sarcopenia is a condition that silently affects millions, robbing them of their vitality. To put it another way, vitamin D is absolutely necessary for maintaining the power of your legs, preventing catastrophic falls, and maintaining your level of physical activity as you get older. When it comes to the senior population, just how widespread is the problem of vitamin D deficiency? A shockingly high percentage of people, particularly those of old age, are affected by this condition. Recent, large-scale studies have shown that even more than 60% of senior individuals have vitamin D levels that are clinically insufficient. This is an astounding and deeply concerning statistic. In a recent article published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, the findings of the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey were highlighted. These crucial data reveal that older individuals who have a low vitamin D level are twice as likely to suffer from catastrophic falls and debilitating fractures. Furthermore, vitamin D supplementation was shown to be associated with a 22% reduction in the risk of hip fractures among women over the age of 65, according to a pivotal study published in the highly respected New England Journal of Medicine. In order to guarantee that they receive adequate care, senior citizens are required to take additional precautions, since the body's natural capacity to produce vitamin D from sunlight exposure tragically decreases with age. There are some clear, telltale signs that you might be deficient. One of the most significant signals is the weakening of the muscles. In the event that you frequently have a sensation of weakness or unsteadiness in your legs, particularly when you are standing up from a seated position or walking, it is highly conceivable that you are deficient in vitamin D. This may also lead to frequent falls, which is a direct consequence of the fact that your balance is compromised and your muscle strength is lost. Another prevalent symptom is a persistent discomfort in the bones, notably in the lower back, joints, or legs. If the body does not receive an adequate amount of vitamin D in order to facilitate proper calcium absorption throughout the body, the bones can grow more weak and more prone to suffering from a deep, aching pain or discomfort. A lack of vitamin D, which is necessary for the repair of tissue, may also be the reason for a slow healing process of wounds. Additionally, because vitamin D helps govern the contractions of your muscles, you may experience frequent leg cramps or spasms, particularly throughout the night. A deficiency may cause people to have cramps on a regular basis, which can make it challenging to get a decent night's sleep and can also make it difficult to move around in general. In the event that you experience any of these symptoms, it is absolutely necessary for you to seek the guidance of a medical professional who is equipped to provide assistance. A straightforward blood test can be used to confirm low levels of vitamin D. Your physician may suggest that you increase the amount of time that you spend in the sun, make modifications to your diet, or take supplements in order to restore the levels that are suitable. The most efficient strategies for producing additional vitamin D begin with increasing the amount of sunlight you are exposed to. It is possible for your body to produce vitamin D on its own when your skin is exposed to sunlight. You should make an effort to spend 20 to 30 minutes outside in direct sunlight at least 3 to 4 times per week. The best time for the production of vitamin D is during the middle of the day, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., because this is the time of day when the sun's UVB rays are at their most powerful. If you live in an area that experiences long winters or is frequently covered by clouds, it is possible that you do not get enough exposure to the sun. When something like this takes place, the utilization of a vitamin D lamp may be of assistance in duplicating the effects of natural sunlight. Secondly, in order to maintain a healthy level of vitamin D in your body, it is vital to rely on dietary sources. The consumption of foods that are abundant in vitamin D can assist in enhancing your levels and supporting your overall health, despite the fact that food alone might not be able to supply all of the vitamin D that is required. Nutritional sources of vitamin D include fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna, which are all excellent sources. A meal of salmon that is approximately 3.5 ounces in size contains approximately 570 international units of vitamin D. Egg yolks are another source of vitamin D. A single yolk contains approximately 40 international units. An easy and convenient way to increase one's consumption of vitamin D is to consume dairy products which include milk, yogurt, and cheese, many of which are fortified. Furthermore, mushrooms are the only plant-based food that naturally produces vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, making them an excellent choice for vegetarians. Thirdly, a sizable number of senior people may require vitamin D supplements in order to fulfill their daily requirements and maintain the highest possible level of health. Taking vitamin D tablets is frequently the most dependable technique for senior individuals to maintain adequate levels. particularly in circumstances where exposure to sunlight and food consumption are insufficient. It is recommended that adults between the ages of 50 and 70 consume 600 international units, IU, on a daily basis, while adults above the age of 70 should consume between 800 and 900 IU on a daily basis. Vitamin D3, also known as cholecalciferol, is the type of vitamin D supplementation that is considered to be the most beneficial as a result of the fact that it is more easily absorbed by the body and has a higher level of efficiency than vitamin D2. As vitamin D is fat-soluble, it is recommended that it be ingested alongside a meal that contains healthy fats in order to get the highest possible level of absorption. Finally, you must take magnesium in conjunction with vitamin D. Magnesium is essential for the body to activate vitamin D. Regardless of how much vitamin D you ingest, how much sunlight you get, or how much magnesium you take in, your body will not be able to absorb or utilize it effectively if it does not have sufficient magnesium. Incorporate foods that are high in magnesium into your diet if you wish to stimulate the activation of vitamin D in your body. One of the most abundant sources of this mineral is found in leafy greens like spinach and kale, as well as in nuts and seeds like almonds and pumpkin seeds, and in whole grains like brown rice and oats. The benefits of magnesium can be maximized by combining it with vitamin D, which can lead to dramatic increases in bone health, muscular strength, and overall mobility. It may take some time before you see results. It is reasonable to predict that after 2 weeks, the frequency of muscle cramps has decreased and the amount of energy that you have has increased. At the end of 1 month, the legs have become more robust and the balance has been enhanced. Bone density has increased, and the risk of falling has decreased. According to studies, taking vitamin D for 3 to 6 months resulted in a decrease of falls by 31%, an increase in muscular strength by 35%, and a reduction in the risk of fractures by 40%. Consistency in approach is absolutely necessary. Consuming vitamin D on a daily basis will be of great assistance in preserving leg strength for a considerable amount of time to come. The significance of vitamin D cannot be stressed when it comes to the maintenance of mobility, the prevention of falls, and the preservation of independence. Your ability to maintain your strength, independence, and mobility for many years to come can be improved by taking control of your vitamin D consumption. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more videos like this.